بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. University of Dammam, Deanship of E-Learning and Distance Learning, College of Applied Studies and Community Service. This is the English course again, and my name is Mazan Kabriti. I'm back to you with the English course. Today we will start with lecture 5. But before we start, let me have a quick look at what we did in the first week, because now we are at the beginning of the second week. In the first week we started with an introduction about the basics. We talked about the important basics that we need in Unit 1 and also the basics that we need in this book in general. We also started with Unit 1. We talked about how to talk about yourself, how to ask new friends when you meet new people and other people, for example classmates, friends, neighbors, and so on. And today inshallah we will continue with Unit 1. Maybe you are asking yourselves about the homework and discussions. Inshallah, after we finish Unit 1, I might add a homework to Blackboard, so you'll be able to start working on the first homework. إن شاء الله بعد النهاية من الوحدة الأولى التي سنكملها في هذه المحاضرة إن شاء الله، سأقوم بإضافة الواجب الأول على برنامج البلاكبورد على الموقع على الإنترنت لتكونوا قادرين على إتمام الواجب الأول لمادة اللغة الإنجليزية. And then inshallah we will have the discussions also. I'm gonna add one question for discussions, and then after Eid inshallah we'll continue with the rest of the homework. Okay, now before we start really with the unit, I received a question from one of your classmates. I had a question from one of your classmates asking me about one point. Let's go to this. Okay, before we start we have an exercise. Before I go to the question, we have an exercise that reminds us about the first thing that we did in Unit 1. The first thing was talking about yourself, about you, how the things that we talk about when you talk about yourself, and you talk about your home, family, school, and what you do during your free time. The things are here. We have these questions. This is a question. You have to classify those words into those three fields. يجب تقسيم هذه الأشياء في هذه الأعمدة الثلاثة حسب العنوان في كل عمود. For example, we have home and family. All the words, we have three words related to home and family. We have three words also related to school, and the other three words, the rest of the words that are related to free time. Okay, so if we go to the box, we have a box with 9 words. We have a class, fun, shopping, only child, TV, college, major, neighborhood, and parents. So think about all these words, which goes where, in which field. أين يمكن تصنيف كل من هذه الكلمات في الصندوق. Okay, let's start with the first one. Class, of course, class, if you think about it, class, classroom, lessons, school. So it goes in the school field. Okay, in this column. Okay, this is the first word. The second word, fun. What do you do to have fun? For example, maybe you play football, you watch TV, and so on. So the first one, fun, you do it during free time. So fun is here in this column, free time. The next word, shopping. Do you do shopping at home? Maybe we do it with our family. We do shopping, we go shopping with our family. Do you go shopping at home? No. Do you go shopping at school? No. Again, another no. We go shopping during our free time. The next word, only child. We talk about only child, child related, of course, to family. TV. When do you watch TV? Of course, we don't watch TV at school. We watch it at home with family, of course. But when do we watch TV? We watch it during free time. During free time. This is an activity that we do during free time. نشاط نقوم به في حالة أو أثناء وقت الفراغ. The next word that we have, college. You are studying at the College of Applied Studies and Community Service, so it goes under school, of course. The next word, major. So your major, for example, my major is English. So major, it means what are you studying? The field of your study. So major goes under school. The thing that you study, the subject that you study. The next word, neighborhood. Neighborhood, we said something related to neighbors. Neighborhood, the place where you live. So it's related to home and family. It goes under this column, home and family. And the last word, of course, parents, because this is the only space that we have parents. It means your father and your mother. Your father and your mother. This is just to remind you about those things that we talked about last time about you. Those are the words related to groups. So each group presents a topic. The first one, home and family, second one, school, and the last one, free time. This is a very easy exercise. Now we can go to the next exercise. In this exercise, we have scrambled words. Scrambled words, it means words that are not in the right order. So what you have to do, you have to put them in the right order. You have to unscramble them, to reorder them to be in the right order. If you remember, last time we talked about questions, how to form questions. What word goes first, what word goes second, and so on. So if we have a look at number 1, we have name, what's or what is, first, your, and don't forget the question mark at the end. So if we read the first one, what's, the WH word plus verb be plus your first name. What are we asking about? The thing that we are asking about, the subject. So your first name, we are asking about your first name, his first name, or anything else. So what's your first name? What's your nationality? And so on. So the first one is an example. Now I need you to think about the second one. Take your time, read all the words in number 2, try to reorganize or put the words in the right order. So let's read the words, let's have a look at them. Full time, a, do, have, you, job. So it's a question. First of all, we have a question mark here. What word comes at the first place? ما هي الكلمة التي تأتي في بداية السؤال? Think about it. So ما هي كلمة السؤال هنا? If we think, do we have a WH word? هل عندنا كلمة تبدأ ب WH? Let's have a look. No. So it's not a WH question. It's not an information question. Let's have a look. Do we have a verb be here? هل يوجد فعل كون? Full time, do, have, you, job? No. We don't have verb be. Do we have do or does? Yes, we do have. We do. So here we have do. So do comes in the first place. Do. Okay. So what comes after do? After do, I'm asking you, do you? Okay, do you? And we said we use do, then the subject, then the main verb. Do because do is the auxiliary verb. نبدأ بالفعل المساعد do, then we have the subject, then we have the main verb الفعل الرئيسي. So do we have another verb here? Full time is not a verb. A is not a verb. You is not a verb. Job is not a verb. So have. So do you have? Okay, after that we still have three words. Full-time job. So a full-time job is the rest of the question. So do you have a full-time job? This is the question. This is the answer for this one. Number 3. Let's have a look at number 3. The words live, best friend, does, your, nearby. Okay, again it's a question, so let's look for question words. WH words, if we have a look, no WH words, no verb be, we have does. So we start with does. Does, the subject is, where is the subject? If you look at the subject, nearby, no. Live, no, it's a main verb. So we still have best friend. Does best friend? It doesn't work. Does your best friend? I'm asking about your best friend. صديقك المقرب أو أقرب صديق لديك. Does your best friend, this is the subject. نبدأ بالفعل المساعد. Does the subject your best friend? Then the main verb, which is live, the only other verb that we have here. Does your best friend live nearby? Nearby, it means near. It means in the area around you. بالقرب من هنا. So does your best friend live nearby? So does your best friend live nearby? This is the question in the right order. Number 4. We have weekends. What do on you do? So let's analyze the words. دعونا نحل الكلمات. So we have a WH word. Okay. We have two do's. Okay, so we have one auxiliary and one is a main verb. So we start with what? What? We said after what? If we have a main verb and auxiliary, we use the auxiliary verb. So what do? After that the subject, which is you. What do you? Again we use the main verb. What do you do? We still have two words, weekends and on. On is a preposition and preposition comes before the noun. So what do you do on weekends? Let's see if this is the right answer. Yes. So what do you do on weekends? This is the right answer. The last one, the last scrambled question, we have where, WH word, you, for fun, go, and do. We start with the WH word because we have one, where, the auxiliary verb do, the subject you, the main verb is go, and the rest for fun. So where do you go for fun? So this is the question. Let's see if it is right. Where do you go to for fun? Where do you go for fun? So this is the answer for this question. I hope you understood all the answers for this exercise because it's very important. Okay, now if we go to the next slide. We have here in the next slide the question that one of your classmates sent me. السؤال الذي أرسلته أحد زميلاتكم. She asked me about the articles. It seems that I forgot to explain the last point. يبدو أني نسيت التحدث عن آخر نقطة. وهذا بفضل أحد زميلاتكم ذكرتني بهذه النقطة. The last point in articles. We talked about them in the first lecture. تحدثنا عن موضوع أدوات التعريف والتنكير في المحاضرة الأولى ولكن نسيت أحد النقاط وهي النقطة الأخيرة. Okay. Let's have a quick look on articles. We said articles, those are indefinite articles, a or an. We use a with singular noun beginning with a consonant. We use it also with a singular noun beginning with a consonant sound, whether it is a letter or a sound. And here we use an with a singular noun beginning with a vowel. We also use an another use for an with nouns starting with a silent H. Of course singular nouns. أسماء مفردة تبدأ بحرف H صامت silent صامت. Okay, here we don't say hour, we say hour. So an hour. So the first sound is a vowel. الصوت الأول that we pronounce الذي نلفظه هو أ an hour, an hour. So we add an to the before the noun. Another example, we can say honest. Honest is an adjective, but if we add a noun after it, we say an honest man. عندنا كلمة honest, honest, which is pronounced H-O-N-E-S-T, honest. هي صفة، ولكن إذا قمنا بإضافة اسم بعدها نقوم بإضافة أن قبلها. an honest man, an honest man، رجل صادق. an honest man. So because the H again is silent, we added a, and not a, an, because the H is silent. H is consonant, but we don't pronounce it. It's silent, that's why we follow the sound. نقوم بالاتكال على الصوت هنا في هذه الحالة. Okay, now we can continue and go back to Unit 1 to continue talking about Unit 1 and the rest of this unit. Okay, what we did last time was Lesson A. This is the second part of Unit 1, Lesson B. The title of this lesson, Things in Common. Things in Common. So we will explain the meaning of this phrase, but first we have to talk about the lesson's objectives. أهداف هذا الدرس. Give responses with to and either. To and either. How to respond using to and either. كيفية الاستجابة إلى جملة معينة، إلى سؤال معين باستخدام to and either, those two words. So this is the beginning of the of this lesson, Lesson B. Now if we start the lesson, what does it mean, things in common? Things in common. So to have something in common with someone else, what does it mean? To have the same interests or opinions as someone else. So to share something, to have the same ideas, to have the same things that you like, to have the same favorite hobbies, so you have something in common. To make it clear, let's have a nice example, very good example. Those two guys, I'm sure that you know them. We have here Ronaldo and Messi here looks very cute. I'm sure that we can find a lot of differences between those two pictures. من الممكن إيجاد فروقات عديدة بين الصورتين. Okay, but what we need to do we need to find something in common. شيء مشترك. Okay, so if we think about it, Ronaldo and Messi have something in common, something that they share. شيء مشترك. So both we can say both كلاهما are great football players. So this is the thing that they have in common. شيء مشترك بين شخصين. Okay, so this is the meaning of things in common. So you might have interests, opinions, ideas, hobbies, skills and so on. هي أشياء مشتركة ممكن تختلف، فممكن ممكن أن تكون هوايات، أشياء محببة، أفكار، عمل ممكن، أو ممكن مهارات معينة. So I hope the meaning is clear. The concept مفهوم things in common. Let's go to the next page. Now before we start with the real lesson, we should learn some new vocabulary. Now I'll show you some words, a group of words with the definitions. Definitions means المعاني أو تعريف الكلمات أو شرح معانيها. Okay, vocabulary. First, horse. Horse, you know, a large animal with four legs, which people ride on. They ride on, so we go horse riding. So people ride on or use for carrying things or pulling vehicles. So يستخدموا الناس للركوب أو يستخدموا لحمل الأشياء أو سحب المركبات أو العربات. Vehicles. Vehicle means عربة أو مركبة. The next word, big, is opposite of small. I'm sure that you know this word. Larger size or amount. Scary, frightening, scary. So it means مرعب or مخيف. Scary. Guess, if I say I have something in my hand, can you guess what's inside my hand? So you have to give an answer, but you don't know the answer. You have to guess. So this is guessing. So to give an answer to a particular question, so what I asked you, when you do not have all the facts, عندما لا تملكون جميع الحقائق, and so cannot be certain, لا يمكن أن تكونوا متأكدين, certain, if you are correct. The next word, allergic. I'm sure this is a new word for you. كلمة جديدة. Maybe you haven't heard of it. Having a strong dislike of something. Allergic is, maybe you can call this is an adjective for, of course, but the origin, if we go back, allergy is a noun. الاسم من هذه الصفة allergy, which means حساسية. Allergic, it means I hate something. عندي حساسية ضد شيء, so I hate it, I don't like it. So this is where it comes from. The next word, shopping, the activity of buying things for shops, from shops. When you go to the mall, you go shopping. The next word, afford. If you can't afford to buy something, if you can't afford to buy something, you have the money to do so. So to be able to buy or do something because you have enough money or time. Most of the time we use it with money. If you can't afford to buy something, so you have enough money to do so. عندك الإمكانية لشراء شيء. يمكن تحمل نفقات شراء شيء. So we use afford, this word. The next word, broke. Broke, it means without money. Without money. If you have no money, we say I'm broke. Broke is the past form of a break. هي الفعل الماضي من break, يكسر. So broke, مكسور or مفلس. So without money. Now, in order to memorize or to understand those words, we need to use them in a little exercise. So let's go to the next page to see the exercise that we need in order to understand those words in a good way. علينا تطبيق هذه المفردات على أحد التمارين so we can understand them more لفهمها بشكل أكبر. Okay, let's go. Complete the following sentences with the words from the box. So those are the words, so you can see them before you can use them. Again, horse, big, scary, gas, allergic, shopping, afford, and broke. The sentences. Let me show you the sentences. So, those are the sentences, 8 sentences, and we have 8 words. So we have to use all the words in those sentences to complete them. So let's read all the sentences, then we can decide which word goes in which space. Number 1. I need a new car, but I can't space to buy a new one. Number 2. Ahmed's house. Ahmed's house, this is possessive S الملكية, so this is the house of Ahmed. Or this house is for Ahmed. منزل أحمد is very space. It's not small at all. Number 3. I'm going. There's a space here. This afternoon. Do you need anything from the mall? Okay, think about it. Number 4, I'm an animal lover. I like animals. I like all animals and especially the... Okay, it should be a kind of animal. Number 5, my uncle has no money. He doesn't have money. He is completely... Number 6, there is something nice inside this box. Can you think about this again, what it is? Number 7, I couldn't sleep, or I could not sleep that night when I watched that space movie. Number 8, the last one, my father is to sports. He doesn't watch football matches. Okay, let's go back to the first one. I hope you got some answers. Read it quickly. Number 1, put an answer in your mind, have an answer in your mind, and let me show you the answer. I need a new car, but I can't afford to buy a new one. It means I don't have enough money to buy a new one. ليس لدي المال الكافي لشراء سيارة جديدة، أو ليس بإمكاني، ليست عندي الإمكانية لشراء سيارة جديدة. Ahmed's house is very... It's not small. So what's the opposite of small? Big. So the answer, big. Number 3, I'm going this afternoon. Do you need anything from the mall? So mall, if you go to the mall, you do what? You go shopping. I'm going shopping this afternoon. Number 4, I am an animal lover. I like all animals and especially وعلى وجه الخصوص the horse. Okay, this is one of the animals. Number 5, my uncle has no money. If you have no money, it means you are broke. No money. Number 6, there is something nice inside this box. This box has something inside. Can you think about what's inside? Can you guess what's inside? I couldn't sleep that night when I watched... So why you couldn't sleep? Because that movie was very scary. I was very afraid to sleep, so that's why I couldn't sleep. Number 8, my father is... We still have one word. He doesn't watch football matches. It means he doesn't like sports. So it means he's allergic to sports. هو يكره عنده حساسية تجاه الرياضة. He doesn't like it at all. Okay. The end of this exercise, it means that we are ready to start with the actual lesson. We have all the vocabulary ready. عندنا المفردات اللازمة لفهم هذا الدرس, so we can go to the lesson. Okay, let's have a look at this picture. We have a conversation between two guys. If you can see those two guys in the picture, one in the blue shirt and the other one is wearing a red jacket. Okay, A, this is the first person speaking. Horses. Okay, this is one horse, but he is talking about horses in general. بشكل عام. Horses are so big and they are really scary. I'm just not a horse lover, I guess. Here I guess has another meaning. ممكن guess تحمل أكثر من معنى. I guess here it means I think. أنا أعتقد. I guess. So, the other person now, person number 2, well, I'm not either. So I'm not either, it means I'm allergic to horses. It means I am not a horse lover. So when you say I'm not either, it means I'm not a horse lover. Okay, so the same idea. They have something in common. So the question here, what do those two people have in common? Actually, they have two things in common. So if you read this conversation again and try to find the things in common that they have, الأشياء المشتركة بينهما ما هي? Okay, let's check the first one. I hope you got some answer. The first one, they are not horse lovers. They don't like horses. So this is the first thing that they have in common. The second thing, they are allergic to horses. They are allergic to horses. So both sentences have the same meaning. كلا الجملتين تحملان نفس المعنى, but in different words, بكلمات مختلفة. So again, they are not horse lovers. They are allergic to horses. So how do you know that the second person shares the same idea? He said, I'm not either. It means I'm not a horse lover. The next page. We have another conversation here, again between two guys. They are talking here about, as you can see beside them or behind them, we have TV. Okay, so let's go to the conversation. I don't watch much television. I don't watch television a lot. I don't spend a lot of time watching television. No, I don't either. It means I don't watch much television. So they have something in common here. I mean, I watch bro football. So this guy only watches bro football. Bro, it means professional. Professional means احترافي. كرة القدم الاحترافية. Football. Yeah, I do too. But that's about it. That's everything. Okay, I don't watch anything else. Only football. Only bro football. So, the question, what do those people have in common? The things that they have in common, again, two things. They don't watch much television. They don't watch television a lot. This is the first thing that they have in common. Number two, they watch bro soccer. So if you ask me, soccer, football, two different words. Actually, in UK, we use football to talk about كرة القدم. الحديث عن كرة القدم in the UK, في المملكة المتحدة, we use football. But in the United States English, we use soccer to talk about كرة القدم. So soccer means football, but soccer used in United States and Canada. تستخدم في الولايات المتحدة وكندا. So because football, they use it for something else. They use football to talk about rugby. يستخدمون كرة القدم للحديث عن كرة القدم الأمريكية أو الرجبي. So again, football in the UK, soccer in the United States. So they have two things in common. Again, they don't watch much television. They only watch bro soccer, professional soccer. This is what they have in common. The next slide, again, a conversation between two girls or two ladies. They are doing what? They are shopping. So the first lady here on the left hand side, she says, I love shopping. I can shop for hours without stopping. So too bad I cannot or I can't afford anything new. I can't afford anything new. If you go back to the vocabulary, to the new words, it means I don't have enough money to buy new anything new. Anything new, it means clothes, shoes, or other things that you can shop for. So I know I can't either. So the second person is saying I can't afford to buy anything new. So they have something in common here. I am broke. So the same lady is saying I don't have money, I'm broke. Yeah, I am too. It means I am broke too. I don't have money. So here the question comes, what do those people have in common? Again, two things. The first one, they can't afford anything new. They don't have money, or they don't have enough money to buy anything new. The other thing that they have in common, they are broke. They don't have money. So those are the two things that they have in common. Okay, so now if we go to the next slide, the next page, we have to compare the sentences that we have. What does it mean compare? If we have two things, to find the similarities and differences. So this is called compare, مقارنة. So compare the following sentences. The first sentence, I am broke. The second sentence, I watch bro soccer. The third sentence, I can buy used clothes. Used clothes, it means second-hand clothes. Clothes that somebody else used those clothes before me. ملابس مستعملة. So I can buy used clothes because I don't have enough money. So have a look at those three sentences. What do you think? If you compare those three sentences, I am broke, I watch bro soccer, I can buy used clothes. The first thing that you note, أول شيء تلاحظونه is that all three sentences are affirmative, they are positive. في حالة الإثبات, all of them. So, if you go to the first sentence, I'm broke, it's affirmative. I watch bro soccer, again affirmative. The third one, I can buy used clothes. So, all of them are affirmative. The first one, with verb be, this is verb be. The second one, main verb. The third one, using can, modal verb. Okay, let's see the responses. الاستجابة أو الإجابة على هذه الجمل. If we have a conversation, when you say something, the other person responds. عندما يكون عندنا محادثة، كل جملة أو كل كلام أو كل تعبير يجد له مقابل أو رد response. Okay, so I'm broke, I am too. If you have this thing in common, if you want, I am broke. So if two guys are broke, شخصين عندهم الشيء ذاته. So here we have I am broke, I am too. So they have this thing in common. Both of them are broke. The second one, I watch bro soccer, I do too. I do too. So keep this in mind. We used here do. I do too. It means I watch bro soccer too. I also have this thing. I like watching bro soccer. The last sentence, I can buy used clothes. The response here, I can too. So here we use the same verb. I can too, the same modal verb. So keep those sentences in your mind because we'll go back to them. سنعود لمناقشة هذه الجمل بعد قليل. Let's go to the next slide. Okay, in this slide also we have to compare other sentences, something different. Let's see the first sentence. I'm not an animal lover. I don't watch much television. Number 3, I can't or I cannot afford anything new. So if you have a quick look at those 3 sentences, look at number 1, number 2 and number 3. What can you notice about these 3 sentences? If you compare them, you can say that all of these sentences are negative. All of them are negative. As you can see here, I'm not an animal lover. I don't or I do not watch much television. Number 3, I can't or I cannot afford anything new. So here the difference between those 3 sentences and the sentences that we talked about before is that they are in negative form. So let's see the responses to those sentences. The first one, has verb be, the second one do, the third one here the second one is do not, this is the negative form. Then we have the main verb watch. Number 3 we have can, which is a modal verb. The first response, the response to the first sentence, I am not either. So it means I am not an animal lover. So both people, both guys or both speakers have this thing in common. So here we use the same structure, I'm not, I'm not. So the same negative form, but we added either here. Keep that in mind. I don't watch much television. So here we kept the same structure, I don't or I do not either. Again. Number 3, I can't afford anything new. Again we kept the same structure, I can't either. So if you compare those 3 responses, you can have something in your mind. من الممكن الوصول إلى قاعدة خاصة بالاستخدام to and either بمقارنة هذه الجمل. But now we can go to the grammar box. يمكن الذهاب لمناقشة القواعد بشكل معمق أكثر. But before we go to discuss the grammar, let's have an exercise. Let's see if you can do the exercise without going back to the grammar. Let's see if you can do it without learning the grammar. The question is, can you complete the answers? Are you able? Can you do this? Use the conversation above to help you. So you can go back to the conversation before to help you do this exercise. So I'm not a football fan. لست من محبي كرة القدم. لست من متابعي كرة القدم. I'm not either. This is an example. So here we kept the same structure. I love shopping. This is an affirmative sentence. Okay, so you should think about this one. If you can't compare it with the previous sentences, the previous conversation, إذا قمتم بالرجوع إلى المحادثة السابقة, maybe من الممكن أن تقوموا بالوصول إلى الإجابة الصحيحة. Number 2, I love shopping. I do too. This is the answer. I can't ride horses. I can't. So the answer is I can't either. So if you don't know how we got those answers, إذا لم تستطيعوا التوصل إلى كيفية الوصول إلى هذه الأجوبة, you can go and watch me in the next page. On this page we will discuss the grammar, how to respond using to and either. In this grammar box we have the details for how to respond using to and either. So responses you with to and either, when to use to and when to use either, what is the structure of the sentence and how to respond. So let's have a look at the first one. I am allergic to cats. I am too. I am not an animal lover. I am not either. So here we have verb be. One is affirmative, one is negative. In the second column we have I watch pro football. I do too. I don't watch much television. I don't either. So here we have a main verb, watch. Again watch, one is affirmative, one is negative. The next one, I can shop for hours. I can too. I can't afford anything new. So here we have the modal verb can. So I can't either. Again, the first sentence is affirmative, the second one is negative. So if we go to discuss the grammar, statements with or statements with verb be, الجمل التي نستخدم معها فعل الكون. Affirmative in the case of affirmative حالة الإثبات, the answer or the response, الإجابة أو الاستجابة, we use I am to. So we use the subject I, then the verb be am, then we use to. This is in the case of affirmative. في حالة الجمل المثبتة, I am allergic to cats, I am too. So this sentence has a verb be, and the answer or the response is using verb be. When we have negative sentence or negative statement, and we have a verb be, like here, I am not an animal lover, so the response should be like this: I'm not, so not after the verb be. I'm not either, so we use either with negative, in the negative form. If we continue, statements with verbs other than be. If we have main verbs, and and those verbs are not verb be, they are not modal verbs, they are so not can, not is, are. So what we do? For example, those two sentences: I watch pro football, I don't watch much television. In the case of affirmative statement, we use I, do, to. So again, to in the case of affirmative, and here affirmative we use to. نستخدم to في حال الإثبات always. If we have a negative sentence, we use I don't either. So here again we follow the same structure, نتبع نفس بنية الجملة في حالة النفي, and we say I don't either. So again, either is used in the negative form في حالة النفي. So but here you have to notice that we replaced here do with watch. So in the case when we don't have verb be, we don't have can, and عندما لا يكون عندنا فعل كون أو المودal verb can, we use do instead, عوضا عن, instead of the main verb. So the last case, statements with the verb can. When we have this verb can in specific, the response should be I can too. There is a mistake here. I can too, not I am too. I can too. So you have to correct it. I'll correct it when I add it to the content. سأقوم بإصلاح هذا الخطأ الطباعي عندما أقوم بإنزال المحاضرة في المحتوى. So I can too. So we follow the same structure and we add to in the case of negative. In the negative form, again, another mistake, I can't either. So we follow the same structure, نقوم باتباع نفس البنية, and we add either. So again, either is used in the negative form. I hope the grammar for using those responses, the grammar is clear. It's not very difficult. You have only three cases: verb be, main verb, or can. In the case of verb be, we use the same verb, affirmative to, negative either. In the case of main verb, we replace watch or play or write or go. We replace the main verb with do. Okay, so we have a note here at the end of the box. People also respond with me too or me neither. So in the case of affirmative, you can also use me too. So here, I am allergic to cats, me too. I watch pro football, me too. I can shop for hours, me too. In the case of negative, we can use me neither or me either. يمكن استخدام هذين العبارتين in spoken language, في المحادثات، في اللغة المحكية, most of the time. So, I am not an animal lover, me neither. I don't watch much television, me neither. I can't afford anything new, me neither. So, me neither, it means ولا حتى أنا, ولا أنا. So, you can use me neither or me either for negative. في حالات النفي نستخدم me neither or me either. في حالات الجمل المثبتة we use me too. But concentrate on those. I am too, I'm not either, I do too, I don't either, I can too, I can't either. Because those are the formal language. اللغة الرسمية, what we use in writing, ما نستخدمه في الكتابة الأكاديمية. Those me too and me either, me neither and me either, we use it most of the time in spoken language. في اللغة المحكية في in movies, you can see it in movies and shows on TV and so on. In conversation, as I said, people actually say me neither more often than me neither. So me either is used more. استخدام me neither أكثر من استخدام me neither. So في المحادثات تستخدم me either أكثر من me neither. So it's more common. استخدامه شائع أكثر بين الناس. Okay, it's more common. Me either is more common than me neither. Okay, this is just a note that you need to know. Okay, so what we have to do now after we learn the grammar, yes, we have to do some exercises. The exercises now on this page. Respond to these statements using to or either, then practice with a partner. Here we don't have partners, so you can practice it with yourself. Okay, we have now the sentences, and the first one is done as an example for you. Number one, I watch a lot of TV. I watch a lot of TV. So here, as we said, if we go back to the grammar, if you remember the grammar box, here let's see. I watch a lot of TV. The sentence, is it affirmative or negative? It's affirmative. Is there verb be here? No verb be. Is there the verb can here? No. So it's a main verb. So we replace it with do. And because it's affirmative, we use to. So I do too. Okay, we still have 5 more sentences. Let's read them. Then I can give you time to pause the video and do the answers. I'm allergic to some foods. I can't afford a new car. I am not a sports fan. I don't have a pet. Pet means an animal that you can bring it home and keep it at home. حيوان أليف. Number 6, I can shop all day. So those are the sentences. Now you can pause the video. You can stop the video. يمكنكم إيقاف الفيديو لوقت قصير, maybe for 1 minute. You can answer those sentences, then you can resume the video and check the answers. Okay, now you can stop and answer, do the responses for those sentences. Okay, now we are back. I hope you have got the answers. Number 2, I'm allergic to some foods. First question, is this sentence an affirmative or a negative sentence? The answer is it's an affirmative. Is there a verb be here? Yes, we have So the answer should be I am too. We used because we have verb be, and we used to because this sentence is affirmative. Number 3, I can't afford a new car. I don't have money to buy a new car, so I can't afford a new car. First of all, we have the verb can here. It's a negative sentence, so the answer should be I can't either. So we used can't because we have can here and it's negative, and we use either because it's negative. I am not a sports fan. We have verb be and it's negative, so the answer should be I am not either. Number 5, I don't have a pet. ليس عندي حيوان أليف. So the answer should be, we have main verb, which is have, and it's in the negative, so I don't either. I don't either. The last one, I can't shop all day. We have can, and it's affirmative. The sentence is affirmative, so the response to this sentence is I can too. So can, because the sentence has can, and to, because it's an affirmative statement. I hope the grammar for using to and either is clear. Now we can do another exercise just to make sure that you have understood this grammar. Exercise 1, which is from the workbook. Exercise 1 for to or either. Respond to the statements with to or either. Okay, let's see the statements that we have here. Number 1, I am a soccer fan. أنا من متابعين كرة القدم. Soccer, we said, in the United States. Football in the UK. Number 2, I can't stand doing the laundry. I can't stand, it means I don't like. لا يمكنني تحمل. I can't stand doing the laundry. To do the laundry, yes, when you put your dirty clothes in the washing machine, you wash them. القيام بالغسيل. Doing the laundry. Number 3, I can't watch TV all night. Number 4, I'm not a good cook. So I cannot cook. Number 5, I don't like shopping. I hate it. I dislike shopping. Number 6, I love to play basketball. I love to play basketball. So, those are the words. Those are the sentences, the statements. So again, you have to consider 2 points. What is the verb in those sentences? And is it an affirmative or a negative sentence? So, now again, you can stop the video. You can pause the video for 2 minutes maybe. Then we can come back to check our answers. Okay, now stop it and do the answers. Okay, we're back again to check the answers for this exercise, how to respond to the statements with to or either. Okay, number 1, let's start with the first one. I hope that you have right answers, correct answers for those statements. I am a soccer fan. So, look at the sentence. We have verb be and it's affirmative, so I am too. Number 2, I can't stand doing the laundry. We have can. This is a verb, and we have the sentence is negative, so I can't either, or you can say in the spoken language, in conversations, we can say me neither. Number 3, I can't watch TV all night. So can, affirmative. I can too. Number 4, I am not a good cook. Verb be, negative. I am not either, or you can say me neither or me either. Number 5, I don't like shopping. I don't like shopping. So we have the main verb like, and the statement is negative. So I don't either, or me neither, or me either. The last one, I love to play basketball. I do too. The sentence is affirmative, so too, and the main verb is love. Okay, I hope all your answers are correct, because those 2 words are very important, to and either, so you have to study them and focus on them for very much. Okay, now we are done with those 2 words. Now we can go to the next page to talk about something different. On this slide we will work on building vocabulary, how to collect more vocabulary, كيفية الحصول على مفردات أكثر, new words, new vocabulary. So what you have to do, a brainstorm. So what does it mean to brainstorm? Brain, it means your mind. Storm, when you have severe weather, bad weather, we call it storm. عاصفة, so عاصفة, inside your brain, it means you have to think a lot. Brainstorm, you have to think a lot. Think a lot. How many words can you think of for each topic? Make a class list. So you have to make a list for each topic. The first topic, TV shows, the programs that we watch on TV, we call them TV shows, TV programs. البرامج التلفزيونية سواء كانوا series or programs, سواء كان برامج أو مسلسلات or anything else. The second topic is clothes. Clothes, as you can see here, we have clothes in the picture. The third topic, food. Okay, talk about food, all the words that you can think about food. The last one, weekend activities. What do you do on weekends? So what you have to do again in Arabic, عليكم إعداد قائمة بجميع الكلمات التي ممكن أن تفكروا بها regarding those topics بما يتعلق بهذه الموضوعات. TV shows, البرامج التلفزيونية, الملابس, الطعام, وأنشطة عطلة الأسبوع. So again here you can pause the video, try to write as much words as you can. يكون هو إيقاف عرض المحاضرة لبضعة دقائق. حاولوا التفكير بجميع الكلمات التي تعرفوها حول هذه المواضيع. Make a list. قوموا بإعداد قائمة. Then we can come back and I can show you some examples. So now stop and try to collect as many words as you can. Okay, we're back. I hope that you have enough words, you have good lists, you have long lists. So let me give you some examples about each topic. Okay, the first topic, TV shows. Okay, we have lots and different kinds of TV shows. Let me tell you about some of them. The first one, cartoons, or we call it animation like Madagascar, Kung Fu Panda, The Simpsons. As you can see in the pictures, The Simpsons, this is a very famous and popular series. It's a TV series. We have lots of movies, animation movies. All of these are called cartoons. The next example, sports. As you can see here in the United States, it's called football or rugby. Okay, this is a very famous sport. We have also basketball, football, tennis, golf, baseball, and other types of sports. All of them you can watch on TV. The next, games show. What do we mean by games show? Okay, game show, it's like Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? When somebody goes to a TV program to win money. Okay, so in Arabic we have برامج المسابقات. For example, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? So this is the international version. Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? This is called game show or games show, if we want to talk about those kinds of shows in general. The next type, sitcoms. Sitcoms is a short for situation comedy. Situation comedy. So they are comedy series. مسلسلات كوميدية. For example, 2.5 Men. We have The Simpsons. Also, we can call it sitcom. We have lots of examples. For example, I Love Lucy, Jim Caught in the Middle. We have a lot of examples about sitcoms. So it means situation comedy or comedy series. The news. when you watch the news, all the news about the world, you can watch them on CNN, BBC, and Sky News and other news TV stations. The next one, soap operas. Soap operas are types of series. soap operas هي نوع من المسلسلات. It has a long it's a long series, lots of episodes, الكثير من الحلقات. So we have lots of events that happen in each episode, and each event affects all the characters in the series. هي مسلسلات التي تعتمد على الأحداث الكثيرة والشخصيات المتعددة. So those types of TV shows or series, we call them soap operas. An example, the very popular example, or the most famous example, is Desperate Housewives. This is we can call it's an example of soap operas. The next one, talk shows. Talk shows, it means when two people on TV they are talking. برامج الحوار. So those are another type of TV shows. Documentaries, as you can watch them on BBC, on Al Jazeera. We have Al Jazeera documentary. البرامج الوثائقية. So we have lots of examples like Planet Earth, the World War II, World War I, and many more examples. So this is the first topic, examples about the first topic. Now we can go to the second column to talk about the clothes. Okay, we have lots and lots of examples concerning clothes. We can say jacket. This is jacket. You can see jacket in the picture. Sweater. A sweater is something that covers the top part of your body with long sleeves. It's most of the time you wear it during winter. Okay, so it's usually made of wool, مصنوعة من الصوف. It covers all the top of the body, القسم الأعلى من الجسم مع أكمام طويلة. So it's called sweater. Jeans, as you can see in the picture, we have jeans. Pants. Pants is another name for trousers. Pintal. Trousers or pants. We have two names. Trousers or pants. Suit. Suit, when you have pants and jacket. Pants and jacket, both of them are called suit. Badla. The next one, tie. So here is my tie. I'm wearing a tie. This is my tie. The next one, dress. A dress usually for women. ثوب أو فستان. Shirt, like t-shirt, or this is my shirt. So we have two words that we can use with this one. Shirt. This one is shirt, while this one in the picture is called t-shirt because the shape of this shirt is like the letter T. شكله يشبه الحرف T, that's why we call it t-shirt. Skirt, especially for women, yes, it's called تنورة. And the last one, blouse. It's a shirt but for women. A shirt but for women. Okay, this is the end of the list. I'm sure that you have more words about the clothes. We have many other words, more words about clothes, but those are enough for our vocabulary list. The next topic we have here, food. If we want to talk about food, also we have hundreds of words that we can say. For example, we can say fruit, banana, as in the picture, pasta, macaroni or spaghetti, salad, green salad, Russian salad, and so on, milk that we can get from cows, cheese, also it is one of milk products, eggs from chickens, fish that we can fish from water, from sea, vegetables like tomatoes, potatoes, and so on. Okay, this is the end of this topic, food. The last topic, weekend activities, what you can do on the weekend. So the first one and the most popular one, go to the mall. You can go to the mall or going to the mall. This is the first activity. Maybe you have another activity, maybe you go to the beach. Maybe you stay up late, you don't sleep during the night. Stay up late means يبقى مستيقظا حتى وقت متأخر أو يسهر. Go swimming, go to a swimming pool or to swim. Go to a soccer game. Maybe you can go and watch a soccer game in a stadium. You can you support one of the teams. Maybe you have something else. Maybe you go to the beach. Maybe you on weekends you go and visit your family. Some people on weekends maybe they study. They review what they have studied during the week. يقومون بمراجعة what they did. But not all of you, I'm sure not all of you do this, because you use the weekend to do something else, to refresh your minds, to relax. Maybe you have some people prefer to stay at home. بعض الناس يفضلون البقاء في المنزل. Maybe you can watch a movie, watch TV, do whatever you do. So you can add more activities to this list. Maybe you can make your own list, and you can keep it with you and memorize those words. So those are the vocabulary that we have for building vocabulary. Those are just examples. Maybe you have more, you have your own words, you have your own examples. Maybe you can add them to the list. Okay, I think this is enough for today. So at the end, before we end this lecture, let me go back and have a quick look about what we did. In this lesson we talked about things in common. What does it mean, things in common? Again, things in common when you have something the same. For example, when you have the same ideas, the same opinions, the same interests, the same hobbies, the same likes with somebody else. Okay, maybe you share something with another person, which is for example your dislikes, the things that you hate. Also, this is something that you have in common. Maybe something that you hate about other people, maybe something that you like. So your likes or dislikes. So this is what we talked about for things in common. The second thing that we talked about, how to use to and either to give responses. We had examples first. We learned some vocabulary before the conversations, and then we talked about the grammar. We focused on grammar and we did some exercises. Okay, by this quick review we come to the end of this lecture. I hope that you have enjoyed today's lecture, lecture 5. Okay, I'll see you inshallah in lecture 6 to continue this unit next time. Okay, till then, take care, study hard, and see you next time. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.